copper product. These are the products done by coppers.
So copper is a non-ferrous metal widely used in the industry as well as in the daily life for making utensils. See, copper is one of the oldest and most widely used non-ferrous metal in the industry. Properties of copper. What are the different properties? Every metal it has a properties. For a ductile astar, some metal has the brittleness, ductile. Some has a good conductor of heat and electricity. Some are bad conductor. This is the way the metals are distinguished or differentiated based on their properties. Because this copper is very good control of heat and electricity, most widely used in the electrical industry or in the electrical product. So same way, electrical wires, all they are made of copper. See, the copper possesses the following properties. Copper possesses very high electric conductivity. In fact, in this respect, it is a second only to the silver. It also has a very high thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity is also very high. It exhibits excellent resistance to corrosion. This is also very important. This copper metal is so column. This is corrosion resistant metal. It is very soft, ductile and malleable. Soft it is ductile means you can draw into wire. So electrical wire, they are all in wire because the wire metal. It will not get break because of the ductility property. Property of metal. So that is ductility is present. And malleable. Malleable means you can give a different shape to it. Hammer you can change the shape. Because of this property, the copper is very mostly used. And it's become brittle just below its melting point. Some melting point cannot be brittle. It can be worked in a hot or cold condition, but it cannot be welded. This is very important. You can this metal copper you can work in the hot and cold condition, but it cannot be welded. Very rarely is that the TIG welding cannot weld, but it's a very rarely welded. It cannot be welded. Copper झालं clear? Next, your non-ferrous metal is called uses of copper. Now the copper uses. See, copper is used in the computers. Copper is a vital for the computer to work. The chips all made of some chips. Copper is even gold and silver are also used in the computers. Copper is used in the building the integrated circuit chips. IC, integrated circuit chips.
Copper in IC chip. In this field, the copper applicable in an integrated chip is shown.
This is the integrated chip. IC.
Integrated circuit, lid, connection pin, 12-in-line package, copper wire. Copper is used in building the integrated circuit chips.
See, but this is the integrated chip is very important. Otherwise, electronic component will not work. To produce that, we require copper chips. Copper wires are require integrated circuit. It's fully based on it supply the all current very standard everything. Next is the uses. Copper is becoming more and more popular to use in the layers of the build up of the chips. IBM is a software company announced a plan to use a copper on its computer chips rather than the aluminum. Aluminum copper burn. Doing so would make the computer to be cheaper and would allow it to make a faster calculation. Fast calculation. Second use of copper is electricity. In the electricity, the copper is often used as a conductor of electricity. These are the all wires, coarse wires are made of copper wires. Watch this video.
Copper wire. In this video, we are going to see about the copper wire is used in electricity. Bulb. Copper conductor. Copper is the second best conductor of electricity and its conductivity is approximately 100%.
We are sending the current from the switch to the bulb because of the 100% conductivity in the copper wires. So almost all electrical devices rely on copper wiring becomes copper wiring because of copper is expensive and highly conductive. The conductive copper is the second only to the silver. The reason why copper is a good conductor because there are a lot of free electrons that can carry the flowing current efficiently. So this is the because the reason behind it, there are the lots of free electrons can carry the flowing current efficiently. These free electrons do not remain permanently. It is associated with the copper atom. Instead of they form an electric cloud around the outside of the atom and are free to move through a solid quickly. The properties of copper alloy. So now we'll talk about 100% copper. Now there are some alloys also there, copper alloys. For example, brass, bronze, the alloy of copper. Now the copper alloys possess the excellent corrosion resistance. They possess the excellent corrosion resistance, electrical and thermal conductivity and formability. Some copper alloys combines high strength and corrosion resistance used for marine application. All shipbuildings, they have maximum use of these copper alloys. Some copper alloys, because of their varying properties, high hardness, corrosion resistance, are used as a surfacing matter. Because of this varying properties, high hardness, corrosion resistance are used in the surfacing the metal. Copper alloys, for example, brass that is made of copper and zinc. Bronze is copper and tin. Gunmetal, copper, tin plus zinc. And bearing metals called copper, tin plus lead. These are the most commonly alloy of copper used in the industry. Remember, if you go into shipbuilding, this without this metal, they can't go. For some gears and all, they are made of this type. It is brass, bronze, gunmetal, and bearing metal. So brass is the what is the copper and zinc. Bronze, the alloy of copper and tin. Gunmetal, copper plus tin plus zinc. Bearing metals, copper, tin plus lead. Yes, are very common. You have to remember. Brass is the alloy of water. Bronze is the alloy of water. The properties and application of aluminum and its alloy. Now, next non-ferrous metal is called aluminum. Aluminum, property of aluminum alloy, application of aluminum alloy, duralium and magnesium. So, andalium भी मिटा पाते there are come under this group of elements. This is all chemistry. We'll go one by one. It's little bit lengthy also. Back in lecture career. So mostly aluminum, no, it is in the aircraft industry, but it is not 100% aluminum. It is a alloy of aluminum because to change certain properties of the aluminum, we require to add certain metals, so it will get more strength. My aluminum alloy solution. Now, aluminum is one of the most abundant element in the earth crust, and also the most important of non-ferrous metal. Non-ferrous metal after copper, the aluminum is the very most useful metal in the world existing. And so in the earth, it is available in high crust. It could available. But the aluminum is a silvery white metal. Okay, what is the color of aluminum? Question can I accept that? The color for the aluminum is silvery white metal. It is a light metal with a density about 1/3 of steel or brass. Most very important properties of aluminum is it is light in the weight. Aluminum is hल्के असतं. It is widely used in the automobile industry and aircraft industry. Version 1/3 of steel. It is density about 1/3 of the steel or brass. It is a good conductor of again heat. It is also good conductor of heat and electricity. On a conductivity to the weight basis, aluminum is better conductor than the copper. On conductivity basis, we go no weight. Aluminum is a better conductor than the copper. Aluminum is very ductile. This is also a ductile product. Ductile means again you can draw into wires, you can make tubes. Good corrosion resistance of aluminum is due to the thin oxide layer on its surface. एक बारीक light oxide layer होता है. Aluminum has a great affinity for oxygen. Aluminum has a great affinity for oxygen. Any fresh metal in air rapidly oxides to give a thin layer of oxide on the metal surface. This surface layer not penetrates by oxygen and protect the metal from the further attack. So my layer it will get protected, it make a shield for the metal, it will get it protected from further attack. Good conductor of heat, high thermal conductivity. Non-magnetic, this is also good property of metal. Melting point of aluminum is equal to 650 degrees centigrade. This और भी क्वेश्चन करना है सब. So the melting temperature of aluminum is 650 degrees centigrade. The fusion range of aluminum alloys, that is 520 degrees centigrade to 650 degrees centigrade. This is all theory about the aluminum. 100% the properties of aluminum almost same to the property of copper. What we should do now. Characteristic of aluminum. Some of its main characteristics are it is light. और एक हमको very useful character that is light in weight, 1/3 the weight of steel. High thermal and electrical conductivity. Electrical and thermal conductivity is very high. Thermal, non-toxicity. You can use as a container as a food container. Toxic generally. Low specific gravity. High strength to weight ratio, high reflectivity. They exhibit toughness and high strength. Also, they exhibit toughness and high strength. Properties of aluminum alloy. The alloy aluminum alloy property. Aluminum forms high strength alloy in conjunction with other metals such as copper, chromium, nickel, iron, zinc, manganese, silicon, and mercury. Some of the aluminum alloys are more than 4 times as strong than the some weight of mild steel. Mild steel थोड़ा ही चार पट्टन strong होता है इसलिए aluminum थोड़े hard असता. Some alloy aluminum. They exhibit toughness and become stronger at temperatures below ordinary atmospheric. They do not work well at temperature of the order of 300 degrees centigrade to 400. Certain temperature काम करना around 400 क्या मतलब more. Aluminum and its alloys can be cast, forged, or welded. Aluminum much alloy they all are they can cast it, forged, you can weld it also. Aluminum welding you can weld aluminum by using a TIG welding, tungsten inert gas welding. That the video I now you can watch in the YouTube video. And extruded, rolled, etc. Application of aluminum or aluminum alloys. First is most common use of this aluminum metal in the transport industry. Transport in all automobile industry, aircraft industry, shipbuilding industry, they are transporting. No? The industry aluminums are used. For example, structural framework, engine parts, they all are made of aluminum and silver. Trim and decorative features. In some decorative industry also aluminum is used. Hardware doors, window frames, this side the window frames, tanks, furnishing and fitting, train, trucks, buses, automobile cars, aeroplanes use many component parts made of the aluminum alloy. What is this? The use of aluminum
and decorative features. Aluminum doors, aluminum fitting, aluminum tanks. aluminum